maybe perhaps to address issues of the country around corruption, understanding the key fiduciary duties of what board members should do.
Okay, interesting. That's very interesting. I'm glad that you had a great day. And I must be honest with you, I'll leave that department to you to sort out all the corruption and get rid of all the laziness. Because, it's one topic I stay away from completely.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
And politics, all that kind of thing. But yes, my summary and all of that. Yes, my summary and all of that. All of those things, all of those elements is designed for people not to take personal responsibility.
Yeah.
And the moment we start taking personal responsibility for absolutely everything that happens in our life, everything changes, everything transforms. So good luck getting all of that done, because I don't think anybody wants to take on the responsibility or wants to be responsible. It's an interesting space that you find yourself in. Great. All right. Good evening, Gerda. Yo, nice to see you. Valencia, good evening. So amazing to have you on the platform. Hello, Elsabe. Thank you very much for always sending the most incredible and encouraging messages. This lady just knows how to speak to me. Elsabe, thank you so much for all your kind words. My language is very much words of affirmation. And when you type me messages, the way you type it and the way you talk to me, it just speaks to my heart. So thank you so much for always making my day with your lovely messages. And good evening, Mama Loretta. Nice to see you. Hello, Marty van der Merwe, all the way from Bloemfontein. Nice to see you as well. Zanele, good evening. Johannes Slabbert, Prof. Johannes. How are you doing this evening?
Oh, thank you very much for that.
I love it when I speak to Johannes. He always says, "No, man, don't call me Prof. I don't want to know. Please don't use my title." And I'm like, "No problem, Prof. I won't call you Prof. Johannes. It's no problem whatsoever."
Okay, Mr. Engineer and Architect.
You're always such a sport, a book for sports. Thank you very much for doing that and always being here. Boomzele, good evening. Our special guest from last week. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Coach.
Yeah, lucky to see you on the platform.
Good evening, everyone.
There we go. Great. Gail Rodriguez. My goodness, you've made it once again. So I get to see you in the morning and I get to see you in the evening. We've got to be careful. People might think we are in some sort of a relationship in terms of getting results, moving in a different direction. All right, so fantastic. Okay, so who have I not said hello to? Hello, Arshila. How are you doing?
Hi, Gideon. I'm good, thanks. How's everyone?
Nice. And I know, Arshila, you're busy preparing for next week. So I cannot wait for our session next week. It's also going to be phenomenal. And I've seen your topic, and I'll announce it a little bit later on. But it's all got to do with saying no, about putting boundaries in place. I love that, right?
Yes.
There was something that someone said the other day. I think it was actually you that said it to me, that no is a sentence. Okay.
Yep.
So that's quite awesome, and I cannot wait for you to unpack that for us and help us to navigate the ever-increasing responsibilities that we've got in our health, wealth, and our relationships, our families, and everybody around us. So good luck with your preparations, and we'll definitely hear from you next week, Thursday.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So, Monica, good evening. And another Pumzele that's joined us. Looks like the parents ran out of ideas for names because there's 2 Pumzeles on the call this evening. All right. Great. And then we've got Alta Smith that's joined us, and we've got Karen Bell. Good evening, Karen. Have you settled in after the big move? I know I asked you before. Just want to make sure you're still okay.
All good, thank you.
Fantastic. Right. Good. All right, guys. So, Nobusutu. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Yes, it's correct. Hello, everyone.
Fantastic, fantastic. Good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I need to sign up
Thank
for
you.
some classes with all these fancy names that you've got. Um, Definitely need to practice them a little bit more. Maybe I should create some affirmations in terms of how to learn to speak and pronounce different names, right? So, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me get into that. There we go. Thanks, Gail. Thanks for the thumbs up. So, guys, let's see in the chat box this evening. Please type for us. Where are you tuning in from this evening, please? Thank you very much. Let's see where you all from. Right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let me see what I've got here. I've got Bryanston, Glen Vista, Bloemfontein. Okay, great. Witbank, Pinetown, Belito, Roodepoort. Right, so we've got a very nice international audience this evening. Right. If you tune in from Roodepoort, then you must know it's international now. Okay. The same with Witbank and Middelburg as well. Oh my goodness. This thing is out of control, guys. We've got people from every single province here. This is amazing. Well done, well done, well done. And if you catch this in a replay a little bit later on, remember to also leave a comment at the bottom to say where you're from. Right, Mita, good evening, Mita. How are you doing? All right, great stuff. Okay, guys. So, who is ready for tonight's talk? Who is ready to move into the age of, sitting back next to the pool, sipping on some cocktails, travel the world, let your kids look after you. Uh, yeah, no, Gail, you are traveling. I mean, we are looking at you as an example. You are setting the trend here. So yes, it is an incredibly important topic that we're actually going through this evening. And you know what? When this topic actually came up, and when it was mentioned and put forward as a topic, I actually got extremely excited about it. Just want to see, I want to just share my screen quickly. And the reason why I got excited about this is I've always, my dad always said, okay, from the day you start working, you need to start saving. So one of the things that I've always done is to save, 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 save. And then, once I've got a little bit of a lump sum together, I would do something with it so that it can, maybe bring a little bit more income. And if times are tough, at least I've got a bit of savings to spend, right? So I've always had this mindset about saving and living below my means to spend less than what I earn. It's just basic principles that my dad drilled into me. But I also want to share with you before we actually get into tonight's talk is that sometimes our mindset and the way we've been raised can actually also prevent us from living a fulfilled life. So if you are someone that got all these things drilled into you about saving and you've got to sacrifice yourself and you need to plan for the future, yes, you need to do all of those things. And tonight we're going to definitely hear about the mindset and how you need to prepare yourself. But before we get going this evening, I want to leave a message with all of you, and I want to urge you not to forget about living a little bit, spending a little bit of money. The same way saving becomes a habit, treating yourself also becomes a bit of a habit, right? And you know what, guys? We all go through different phases in our lives. Some of you are in your golden years. Some of you are in your gray years, like, you can see. And some of you are brand new babies. You just came out of school. You're just finding your feet. I want you to take what you can from this presentation this evening. Take from everybody that's giving you advice. Take from everybody that wants to help you. and then implement a plan that works for you and your life. All right. So I'm really excited about this talk this evening. The title of this talk this evening is The Golden Years, a New Season, Navigating Emotions, Challenges, and the New Norm of Retirement. So I know that our presenter this evening, our very special guest, is most certainly not slowing down. She's just getting started. But I know she also got extreme first-hand experience and knowledge on this topic. So I cannot think of anybody better to actually talk to us tonight about this incredible important topic. As a member of the public and also as a mental health professional or a coach or a mentor or counselor, someone out there that works with other people, this topic is going to come up at some stage, and you need to be aware of all the emotions and all the challenges that you might face. So guys, without any further ado, I would like you to get ready, to give me some thumbs up, to get the streamers going, and make some noise for our very special guest this evening, a lady that is always looking like $1 million, the one and only Lindiwe Maepa. Good evening, Lindiwe. How are you doing?
Good evening, Coach G, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for the introduction.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much. Take it away. Who is Lindiwe Maepa, and why this topic this evening?
Okay. Lindiwe Maepa is a retired professional and is a mother. Why this topic is because I am the living topic of it. And you'll see when we deal with some other issues, there are many things that can precipitate retirement. And there are early things perhaps that can force you to perhaps retire. My perspective basically is from a corporate, because I have been in corporate for 3 decades. We don't have a crystal ball that can tell us what holds tomorrow. Now, mental health can be another issue that can happen because of poor performance being designed. That is, you are not performing well. And that will be an early exit for you. Are you prepared for that? But in some other instances, it can be a matter of age. That is about time. You have danced on the stage. So what are you doing to mentor and to help others, that the path that you have traveled, the mistakes that you have done, the others that come behind you should not do those same mistakes? How do you empower them, basically?
All right. Yes. Excellent. Well, you just tell me when you need your next slide, and then I will most certainly share your slides and present it to you. I just want to make double sure I've got the right window up here. Just give me a second. Way too many windows. I think I need to get rid of half of them. So just give me a second. I think it's this one. Here we go. Alrighty. Good.
All right.
Take it away, Coach.
All right, thank you. Maybe I'll start by just giving an outline. What will the presentation entail? What will the conversation be all about? What is it that you can expect? So we're going to look at the traditional and the new norm state of retirement. So we're going to look at the key statistic of South Africa's retirement preparedness state.
Sorry, I just want to ask you something.
No, you stay on that slide. You stay on that slide, Coach G. On the first one, you were right. Yes, no, the other one.
I've got some music playing, and I'm not quite sure where the music comes from. Can you hear the music?
Yes, I did. I think it stopped.
All right. I just want to double check something. My apologies for that. I think it's your slides that's actually got music on it. And I just want to quickly delete it. Otherwise, everybody is not going to be able to hear you.
Yeah, sure. Yes, thank you.
I do apologize for interrupting you. I did not realize that there were music on it.
I didn't either myself, but I know some other presentations that do have some music.
All right, there we go. Take it away, take it away, take it away. There we go.
Thank you, thank you. Let me start maybe, try and sensitize the audience what we're going to have a conversation about. We look at the traditional and the new norm state of retirement, and then the key statistics also of South African retirement preparedness states, how do we look like, maybe for instance, because research shows that retirement is ranked 10th among the 43 most stressful life events. Now we're going to look at the common emotional and psychological stresses of retirees, but we will address also the solutions thereof and how to empower retirees in their golden years. We will snapshot 2 examples of South African women that have embedded retirement, and we'll conclude with a brief reflection and the key takeaways, basically. Okay, thank you, Coach G. Now, there was a time when retirement meant the end of the road. A well-earned rest after decades of hard work, that was the old norm. At times, retirement meant stepping back, but the world has changed. So have we. Today's retirees are living longer, healthier, and more vibrant. They are volunteers, they are learners, they are entrepreneurs, they are mentors and coaches. They are discovering that retirement isn't about retreating from life, it's about reimagining and living your purpose. So here I've just slightly, indicated the various types of retirements that are there. But I want to just, this voluntary early retirement, I want to speak about the disability retirement, whereby now an employee who is medically unable to work and continue with the work or the specific kind of work that he's supposed to do due to medical or some other specifications relations to that. Hence, I say you don't have a crystal ball that basically will tell us what tomorrow is having for us. So it is important to categorize yourself and see perhaps where do you fit in this kind of traditional retirement. But as I have indicated, we are basically revolving. Next slide, Coach G.
All right. This is quite an interesting topic that you've got here in terms of disability retirement. I was never aware of that. But what I can tell you is that you also need to make sure that with your disability retirement, just from my own personal perspective, I recently became disabled with my health issues that I had.
Yes.
But my obviously because I'm self-employed, my policies wasn't set up in such a way that it covered me for retirement.
Yeah.
It covered me for an income. It covered me for an income, but not for a retirement. So something that we need to be aware of. And if you still have a few years left, in terms of life insurance or contributing to maybe annuity or something like that, this is definitely something that I would make a big note of, is disability or disability retirement. So thanks for raising that very, very valid point.
Okay. Now we come to the most vibrant and interesting part, that is the new norm of retirement. It is about a new beginning. It is about designing your next chapter. It is now about, it's more than money, it's about life. And hence you see that is the presentation basically covers 5% of the financial, but it's much more about purpose, because this kind of retirement, it's more than money, it's about life, it's about purpose, it's about giving back, it's about the new beginning, the new chapter of yourself, full of possibilities. Retirement is no longer just stop working, start living differently. It's about start living differently. How society's image of retirement has changed over the decades. Retirement is not winding down. It's a phase of freedom and of choice. To make the most of your retirement, it's crucial to cultivate purpose and clarity, not just only financial security. So many people see retirement as a closing book. Instead of opening a brand new one, it's about the youth of your senior years.
Okay.
We can pass on, getting ready, warming us for the next slide that is coming. Now, according to the 10X investment retirement reality of 23-24, only 6% of South Africans are on track to retire comfortably. Scary.
Sure.
A survey by Sanlam revealed that 36% of South Africans have a retirement or pension fund. Only 36. Despite having retirement funds, only 7% of retirees feel financially prepared for retirement. An FNB survey found that nearly 50% of South Africans do not have a retirement plan, citing economic challenges and high immediate financial obligation as significant barriers. Among those without a retirement plan, 70% reported they couldn't afford to save. This is what Coach G, you've indicated from the beginning. Save, 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 you know? Now, affordability of saving here is an issue, often due to insufficient fund left over after covering monthly expenses. Now, importantly here, as South Africa celebrated Women's Month in August, a new research from Sanlam Corporate reveals a sobering reality. Only 8% of female retirement fund members will be able to retire comfortably.
Sure. You're going to give me sleepless nights this evening.
Rather have, and so that we help you through goal setting and finding your purpose. Now, these are the emotional and psychological stresses that many retirees and individuals transitioning to retirement face. These are the common challenges. You know, loss of identity and purpose. After years of defining yourself through your career, being an executive, being a CEO, it can be quite challenging to rediscover who you are without that role. The loss of a clear sense of purpose can leave retirees feeling adrift. Lack of direction, lack of structure, the absence of a daily routine or structured goals can lead to feeling of aimlessness and dissatisfaction, making it difficult to find meaning in this new phase of life that's supposed to be very interesting, full of possibilities, the golden years. Now we come to another problem, which is emotional and mental barriers. The limiting beliefs and fears about aging, financial security, and finding purpose can create anxiety and hinder your ability to enjoy this new chapter of life. Social isolation. With the loss of daily interactions with colleagues, meeting them, waking up, having that kind of structure, now retirees face loneliness, a reduced social network, which can lead to feeling of disconnection and isolation. Time management. The sudden abundance of free time can be overwhelming. What you have at this point in time, it's time. What are you doing with it? When you were working, you know, it's chasing deadlines, you know, providing reports. You didn't have time, but now you have time. What are you doing with the abundance of this time that you're having? And without structure, retirees may struggle to find balance between relaxation and purposeful activity, often feeling either under or overcommitted. The health and the well-being, you know, maintaining the physical and the mental health is really critical at that age. Yet retirees may find challenging to stay a bit active and physical, you know, to be socially connected and mentally stimulated, leading to potential declines in overall well-being. So when it comes to financial anxiety, the savings, you know, not having that kind of a clear financial literacy, that money that you have is going to be sort of like attacked by inflation and also by tax. Now here, it's a financial anxiety that comes in. Savings, uncertainty about your longevity. People live longer these days. Inflation and the health cost. Now, these challenges can lead to a lack of fulfillment and a sense that something is missing during what should be the most interesting life of yourself.
Yeah. Lindiwe, I hope you're going to give us the solution to solve all of this.
Yes. Yes.
I tell you what, this is really scary to look at all these stats. And I really appreciate you sharing with us all the stats, because that is the honest reality for many people out there. And if you are one of those that are falling into one of those categories, or you work with people that fall into that category, this is a very nice awareness of all the different emotional and psychological stressors that people deal with on a daily basis. So I just want to quickly share something with you, or just maybe just bounce something off you, Lindiwe. We often communicate with people, and I had the opportunity to speak to two of my long-term clients this afternoon, and I could clearly hear that they were a little bit stressed out. And I didn't push too much, but we need to understand as well that sometimes we are in a work environment, family environment, and these stresses and these things that we are talking about this evening can have a very subconscious way of coming to the surface. So we need to be very careful as well when we do communicate and we speak about this. But this is amazing. Thank you very much for making us aware of this. Let's continue.
Okay, thank you. Now here's the solution now. That is how to live a life of significance, full of purpose and clarity. So retirees have got to identify and embrace their unique life of purpose and passion. What are your talents? What are your gifts? Making the golden years or a time of renewed vitality, of significance and clarity. Finding that purpose, discovering that purpose. Goal-setting achievement, it's important by setting those clear, actionable goals and developing strategies to achieve them and ensuring a fulfilling retirement. Another solution would be, the life transition in coaching, getting support from coaches to navigate the transition from work to retirement, finding this new role and adapting to the new lifestyle changes. Skills development, retirees, they have to develop a new skill or hobbies that they didn't have time to pursue during their working years. In my working years, I wouldn't even have even a hobby. I've got 4 kids. I couldn't even do anything. What I'm having right now, it's time. I'm engaging in marathons. I'm running. I'm doing road running. I'm playing golf. This is the most fascinating time of my life. That is, I realize, that is, I look back of what I have done and embracing the period that I'm in. That is, this is only nothing by grace. And I'm grateful to journey this golden years of my retirement, making it very meaningful with purpose and clarity. So how do we manage that transition as a solution? Because we're dealing with a loss of purpose. We're dealing with what I'm no longer CEO, I'm no longer executive. Now, the sense of loss can come with living a long-term career, including the loss of that routine and the status that you have, or even the social connections. But now, if you understand, we have mapped, you find a coach, you have mapped your purpose, you understand who you are, you have that sense of there's no need for a status. You are what you are. You just let it be and live your life and enjoy the golden years of your senior youth. Now, how do we perhaps also, importantly, you volunteer and the mentorship. Retirees have got to explore opportunities to give back through volunteer work or mentoring, providing fulfillment and a sense of contribution. Now, remember for how many years you have worked, the wealth of experience, the wealth of the skill and the knowledge that you have. How do you transfer it to the younger generation? How am I doing it? I have partnered with the Department of Education in Tshwane. They've given me a high school. I offer career guidance, small things, like teaching them, when you exit grade 12, can you put on a CV? How do you dress up when you go for an interview? Socialize and educate them, bring that awareness that we've got 21 seaters in the country in different sectors whereby you can work and even earn a stipend. So it's providing that kind of education to help the unemployed. Okay, so you volunteer, you don't expect anything to be paid back because you have been blessed with this kind of knowledge. How do you plow it back and mentor the others? So exploring values and priorities, retirees have got to identify what's most important for them in their retirement. What's most important for me, it's imparting knowledge, it's to teach. It's by vocation, I'm a teacher. From that, then, I'll have some other octopus kind of things coming in, but it's important to identify what is it that is important and fulfills you. Even though you don't have an income, you can volunteer, but you have a sense of, you're giving back. So now you can have maybe a lot of things that you can do in exploring your values and your priorities and hobbies and traveling and volunteering, spirituality also, religion or personal development. These are the things that you can look at. The church that you go in, the social involvement, social community where you're in. How do you perhaps volunteer? How do you uplift and help the others? As you have risen and being in that age, how do you keep the others that they rise together with you and even supersede where you are? Because they've stood on the shoulders of a giant lady, of a giant queen. Then it gives, some form of fulfillment because you're not going to be paid for that, so you volunteer. And especially that is, we know that is there are many religions, but we've been kind sort of like a Christian country spiritually. How do you contribute? Religion and even personal development also in general. So here the solution is important. That is, how do you reinvent your identity? Retirees have got to redefine the sense of self, the sense of me outside your professional identity. You're not a CEO. What is your purpose as you reinvent yourself? So this can be challenging after decades of work because now you're used to this kind of a designation. It's gone. That sense of self. How do you redefine it and establish and understand and rediscover your purpose? So also another solution is we need to overcome those kind of limiting beliefs. As retirees, we need to be assisted to identify and overcome the mental and emotional barriers, empowering to live without a constraint. It is very clear, emotional and psychological stress, it is so real in retirement.
Sure. Yeah. That's amazing.
Thank you, Coach G. Next slide. All right. Now, how do we empower people in their golden years? I'm not going to mention everything here. I'll just put on the talk to the caption. How do we empower you in your golden years? Embrace lifelong learning. Explore those new hobbies. Pursue education. Embrace lifelong learning, cultivate meaningful connections, strengthen those relationships, connect with like-minded people, individuals, and also mentor and even coach, have and cultivate that meaningful connection. Now, give back to your community also. It's very much important. Volunteer your time, contribute your skills and expertise, support local causes, donate to charities or participate, share your wisdom, mentor young professional or offer the expertise to non-profit organization, participate, be something, plow back to the communities where you belong. For instance, we breathe oxygen free of charge. We're not paying for oxygen. In return, what are you doing?
Sure.
Next slide, Coach G.
You've got to be very careful if you say it's for free. The government might just find a way to tax us.
Maybe as we address issues like climate change. Now, how do we empower then the retirees in their golden years, to harmonize themselves? They need to prioritize physical and mental well-being, stay active, stay in regular physical activity, eat healthy. Yeah, it's not easy though. I like my cakes and chocolates, but I'm trying. Prioritize sleep. Ensure you get adequate sleep to support your physical and mental health. Manage stress, practice mindfulness and meditation, explore new passions and pursuits, turn hobbies into income. Consider turning your passion into a source of income. How do you monetize your talents? Embrace entrepreneurship, set goals and pursue them. Establish clear goals. Now, by embracing these challenges, you can empower yourself to a wonderful golden years with purpose, clarity, and joy, and a sense of fulfillment. Thank you. Now, I've indicated that I'm going to give you examples of a story of 2 South African women that have embraced retirement. Now, we're talking about Lindiwe Maepa, who is a retired corporate executive. Here's the story. After 3 decades in corporate career, last year I didn't see retirement as the end, but repurposing my skills rather than stopping their use. Instead of retiring from my career, I chose to retire to something, a life of impact, influence, and purpose. I had founded ML Consulting Services, an organization that helps retirees to rediscover purpose, use their skills meaningfully, design lives of impact. I stay strategically engaged by serving on boards, lecturing, inspiring the next generation, and coaching, which was my next transformational step, helping others see possibilities that they cannot see for themselves. And the truth is, I have grown through the practice makes perfect sessions that have kept me so humble, curious, and connected. How did I do it? I combined my professional expertise with passion for people, creating a platform that empowers others to live intentionally in the golden years. The second woman I'm going to speak about is Kathleen Sedgwell, a retired judge. After retiring from the Gauteng High Court bench in 2016, Kathleen did not step away from purpose. She continued working as an acting judge and contributing to legal reforms until well into her later years. How did she do it? She viewed retirement as an opportunity to redirect her legal expertise, staying engaged in justice and public service without pressure of a full-time bench role. Now, these South African women have shown that retirement is not withdrawal, it is reimagining and making a difference.
Yes. Sure.
Now, as a closing reflection, what I want to say is the golden years are about shining brighter than before. Name this new chapter of your life. Start living on purpose daily. So from here, I want that is you write top 3 values for this stage of your life. Retirement is not the end, it's the dance into freedom, clarity, and purpose. May your golden years be filled with joy, meaning, and courage to live on your terms by His amazing grace. This is the time to shine, to dance into a golden chapter. The key takeaways here that I want you to remember is we are not done learning. We are not done giving. We are not done becoming. We shift from what's next to what is possible. Retirement is no longer the end of purpose, but is the reinvention of it. I thank you all.
Sure. Wow, Lindiwe, that was amazing. Can I get some thumbs up and some streamers going? Make some noise. Amazing, amazing, amazing. So I've got a few questions for you, and I've got a few observations. And the first thing I want to say is thank you very much for putting this together for us this evening. And from this talk this evening, there's one word that summarizes everything for me. And that word for me is purpose.
Yes.
What is your purpose? So while you were doing this talk, and I started thinking, and this word kept on coming up with me. Now, I don't have to wait for my retirement to be able to live my purpose. I can start doing it right now. Okay? So some of us are heading towards our golden years. Some of us are in our golden years. Some of us are just getting started, like we said. One of the things that I think we all lack, or sometimes we feel that if we don't have a clarity and direction for our own life, or we feel a little bit stuck, or we are being pushed around by circumstances, could it possibly be that we don't have purpose, Lindiwe?
Yeah, that's a difficult one. What I want to say basically is, from inception of our birth, everybody, when he came or coming to this universe, has a purpose. But due to the fact that we forget, we get so much busy in life, we forget who we are and why we are here. That's why there will be a distraction of not knowing what is your purpose. But when you sit in stillness and meditate, your purpose, you don't even have to think about it. It's there in your subconscious mind. Your I am is there. And your I am, in most instances, you are living it, but you are not aware.
Sure. So I love what you said there, because this is bringing it down to the practical. So now that we've got all this information and we got all the stats here, and we've had this talk from you, and we draw from your inspiration, and thank you very much for sharing us your journey and your purpose and what you're doing for yourself. It is in that specific moment that we also need to ask a question. So how do I discover my purpose? And you just mentioned that. You just said, go and do volunteer work, go and do and be still with yourself, ask yourself deep, meaningful questions, enter into deep, meaningful conversations with others, and you will find that purpose. You will find that purpose. Wow, love that. So here's something else that I want to share with you that I got from your talk this evening is, when we give back and we actually pay it forward, it actually brings purpose to our life. Okay?
Yes.
The moment you start giving, you start getting back without you actually thinking about it. That was extremely powerful. So guys, can I see a show of hands, please, for Lindiwe? Any questions for Lindiwe? Can I get some streamers going, please? Lindiwe, you also spoke about the practice makes perfect session. So I just want you to quickly touch base on that, if you don't mind. And just for the people that are new tonight or don't know about what the practice makes perfect sessions are, can you just give us a little bit of background about exactly that is and exactly what it meant to you, please?
All right. When I ventured into this journey of coaching, I didn't even have an idea of where to start. What is it that I need to do? How much you can do and have research and conduct a research, but you have the what, but the how part of it is just going to be another thing that you won't be able to feel in yourself. And I deliberate with other people also. That is the thing that is they are struggling with. With practice makes perfect. I mean, I couldn't even introduce myself in a proper way as a coach. There are various ways that you can introduce yourself. I am Lindiwe Maepa. But there's a certain way that the practice makes perfect has taught us to make an impactful kind of an intro when you're speaking to clients, so that you build that rapport. They have that confidence. And I still remember, the course that I did, the practice course, they were out of this world. I could see that no, this is just not on, because now the mind is so much multiplexing. You want to make it, you talk so fast, but with the gradual practice makes perfect. When you attend the practice sessions that we attend, they are so real. You see yourself, you see your mistakes, but most of all, your recordings also are part of that. You are able to assess yourself based on the structure that we have. you are able to communicate, and you are able not even be afraid now to ask money. Like, it was like a taboo where the mammoth has to ask money. But for now, I can communicate my solution, the solution that will basically also speak to the money and tie that thread to ensure that this is the coach that I'm basically looking for. So the practice session has built my confidence so much. I am so calm, when I speak to people. I put myself in their shoes, in understanding what their issue is, and bring up a solution.
Wow, amazing. And I can clearly see that the practice sessions has make a huge difference for you. You are talking like you are the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. You are flying first class. You are being treated like $1 million, which is amazing. Well done. Congratulations on all your achievements and your discoveries, and for reinventing yourself, and for saying to yourself, listen, let me continue with my journey. Let me continue adding and making a difference to people's lives. I love what you also said by giving back and by paying it forward. I love that. So thank you for sharing that. So guys, for those of you that are new to our platform, on a Thursday evening, 7 o'clock, we do have one of our professionals that's part of ISIC Help International that present for us an interesting topic, and that adds value to our life so that we can think about where we're at in our life and then make the necessary changes. And on a Thursday evening, that's open to all professionals and also members of the public. So if you know of anyone that want to get some inspiration going and want to make and feel a difference and add value to their life, you're more than welcome to invite them to our Thursday evening 7 o'clock meetings. We will share the links again, and you can just share that link with them and get them to register. So Lindiwe, you were talking about our results maker system, that we have practice sessions every Monday morning and every Friday morning from 6 o'clock till 7 o'clock, where we actually unpack how to present yourself, how to find your purpose, how to find clarity and direction as a mental health professional. And if anyone is interested to really take themselves to the next level, please do reach out to me. I will help you to register and to join us on that journey with you. And then on Wednesday mornings, we actually have a pulse meeting for all our Paradigm practitioners. And you know what, guys, this Paradigm practitioner program is really gaining momentum. I had one of my busiest days ever today, and I had one new client that I actually got this afternoon as well, and another one that I was actually helping with the Paradigm profiles itself. And for the first time, they actually understand themselves, which is really phenomenal. So if you want to know more about the Paradigm Practitioners Program as well, please do reach out to me. And then, guys, this is a very, very important announcement that I've got. So we're heading towards the end of the year. Over the festive season, a lot of people find themselves in that space where it's the end of the year. Everybody's celebrating. Everybody's with their families. Maybe people are going on holiday. And maybe they are stuck at home, or they don't have friends and family to spend the festive season with. And they sometimes can feel extremely left out. And they can maybe feel that they want to do something to themselves just to feel different. And there's going to be a special workshop that's going to be conducted on Friday the 5th of December that's going to specifically talk about burnout. Burnout in your professional life, burnout in your personal life, to the extent where you sometimes feel the need to do self-harm to yourself. Now, self-harm doesn't just come in the form of maybe a physical harm that you do to yourself, but maybe the workload that you put on yourself, or maybe the commitment that you make towards people that you love, and you can't always deliver the way you want to deliver, but you still continue to do that. So I want you to really pay attention to this, because this is a topic that reaches everyone, that touches everybody. And we have an in-house psychology professional, Marley Viljoen, who's doing a phenomenal job and really helping us to understand from a philosophical point of view exactly what all these things that happens to us, all these impact moments we had in our life, how they show up, how they alter our paradigm, how they get us to do certain things and show up, and how does that show up in our life and affect our life, and what we can do about it. So we've got extremely limited space left. There's so many people that is registered for this incredible topic. So I will share another invite this evening. If you don't get the invite, please do reach out to me. You don't want to miss out on this. Or if you know of someone that actually wants to take advantage of this, you're more than welcome to invite them. It is 300 Rand per person. For the 300 Rand, you get a certificate of attendance, you get a workbook, you also get a recording that you can go and re-watch at a later stage if you need to unpack this more in detail. But I know that you know of someone that's right at the edge of burnout, right at the edge of depression, right at the edge of doing something to themselves just to feel different. And they don't need to do that. Let's give them the tools, let's equip them, let's make them aware, let's take their hand and help them through a difficult time like this, or a situation like this. Or maybe you know of someone that has a family member that needs to deal with the consequences of burnout or self-harm. Invite them to the talk, invite them to the workshop. We usually start right about 12 o'clock on a Friday with these kind of workshops, and we usually wrap up at about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It is so much valuable. Right. Gail, you've got your hand raised. You're more than welcome to unmute.
Hi, thank you. Gideon, what age group would this talk to? Would it talk to youth?
Gail, that's a great question. I would say that anybody actually. So if you are a mental health professional and you are in a situation where people might self-harm themselves, this workshop will most certainly give you the tools on, number one, how to become aware, how to understand, how to maybe address that, and how to navigate a situation like that. So if you're asking for someone to attend, I would say that the age, someone, we probably just need to confirm with that, but I would say from about 16 onwards, surely is a good number or a good age for someone to attend something like this, because there's a lot of psychological information that gets shared, and if you don't have a legal guardian present, they might not know how to absorb the information. So it needs to be of legal age to attend, but anybody would actually benefit from this.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. Fantastic. So, guys, then next week, Thursday evening. So let me just go back. Does anybody else have another question? Is anybody excited about this workshop? Can I see a show of hands? Can I see some streamers going? All right. So, guys, like I said, there is limited space available. Please do register for this as soon as possible. If you cannot attend live, that happens from time to time, no problem. You can still register, and then the recording will be made available to you after the event. And also, once you have confirmed that you've done all the tasks and the practical, you will then be issued with a certificate. All right. So you are more than welcome to register for this, but the spaces are extremely limited. Right. Then next week, Thursday, guys, we're going to have a lady that needs absolutely no introduction, but she's a phenomenal human. She makes changes, and she has an impact everywhere she goes. Our very special friend and colleague, Harshila Banga, she's going to be our special guest next week, and she's going to talk specifically about boundaries. But boundaries to protect your peace, but at the same time also to empower you. So, guys, it's not about saying no. It's about so much more than putting a boundary in place. It's about how do you go about it? How do you structure it? What is it that you need to look out for? What is the signals that you need to look out for? How do you handle? How do you navigate? This is an in-depth a talk and a workshop that's going to be conducted next week, Thursday. So if you are ready to set some really serious goals for your retirement, you are ready to make sure that you find your purpose, you definitely need the ability to set boundaries at the same time. So this goes hand in hand. The one supports the other one. If you know of anyone out there that needs this information, please do invite them to our talk next week, Thursday. I will share the invite again. They need to register onto our WhatsApp group, and then we share the meeting link on the WhatsApp group. All right. Perfect. So guys, and then like I said, the Paradigm Practitioner Program is in full swing. And we have got another workshop coming up at the end of November, the weekend of the 28th and 29th of November, where we go in depth, where we teach you everything about the paradigm profiles. We teach you exactly how to become a paradigm practitioner, how to use the paradigm profile to help your clients to have breakthroughs, and how to get them to understand themselves, how to accept themselves, and then to help them to go on a professional journey of development and growth, which is extremely, extremely rewarding. All right. So guys, if you've got any questions, please do reach out to me. You will find my number on the WhatsApp group. So if you've got any questions about what we spoke about this evening, any of the upcoming events, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. So tomorrow morning, 6 till 7, we have the Results Maker Challenge, the Practice Makes Perfect group, like Lindiwe mentioned. And then again on Monday and Wednesdays, we've got the practitioners training. And then we've got the workshop that happens on the 5th of December. And next week, Thursday, again, we have another momentum session. All right. So guys, any questions before we wrap it up?
No question from me, but just a comment and to say to Coach Lindiwe, thank you so much. I'm preparing for my retirement, so I got a lot of tips. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mama,
Join the club.
it's music to my ears to hear you are retiring. There's nobody that deserves it better and more than you. And I also know that it's not going to be a retirement. You're not going to sit and look at how other people work. You're going to double up and do even more. I know you. So thank you very much for that, Mama Loretta. That's really amazing. We're such an incredible community and group of people. We support each other everywhere we go and with everything that we do. So I want to say, Lindiwe, thank you so much for making yourself vulnerable, for stepping up, and for presenting this evening. This was really amazing. I know that in the process of you preparing for this evening, you learned more about the subject than what you taught us this evening. So thank you very much for the opportunity to listen to you. Thank you for drawing from your inspiration. You've really inspired us this evening to go and find our purpose, to make sure that we set it up not just for one day when we are of golden years, but to do it right now. So thank you. That's been amazing. And I'm going to wrap it up there by saying, guys, until we see each other again, same time, same place next week, Thursday, 7 o'clock, I will look after me for you. Will you please look after you for me and all of us? Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Look after yourself. We'll see you again next week. Take care.